Assalamu alaikum viewers. Today we are going to discuss about a poem by Rabindranath Tagore of class 11, where the mind is without fear. This is one of the famous poem by this poet, and before discussing the poem, let me give you a brief introduction about the poet Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore, he was born in Kolkata on 7th of May 1861 and he died on 7th of August 1941. He was known by so many names. His famous pen name is Banu Singha Thakur, or we call it Bonita. He was also known as Gurudev, Kabi Guru, or Biswa Kabi. Rabindranath Tagore was a polymath, poet, musician, artist, or we can say that he was dear to all the muses. As we have seen, there is a book that was prescribed for previous 12th class these students, and that was named as dear to all the muses. His famous works include Gitanjali, we have got Gora, we have got Garibaru, we have got that Janaganamana, and we have got that Rabindra Sangeet, we have got Amar Shohar Bangla. Rabindranath Tagore is the first non-European to get Nobel Prize, and he was felicitated in this Nobel Prize in 1913. This was something about a brief introduction about Rabindranath Tagore, so that you will comprehend well this poem. And now, this going to the poem. Now let us see that before going into the whole poem, let me give a brief introduction of this poem. Actually, in this poem, the poet draws the picture of a free India, and he wishes that people in India, they should be free, they should be fearless and proud of their motherland. He also wishes that education should be free. There should be no distinction between Indians belonging to different castes and religions. He also wishes that citizens, they should be truthful. With the self-effort, they should try to attain perfection. They should follow reason and not follow blind customs. He also wishes that his nation, his free India, it should be guided by God. Means he seeks a divinely devised system. The poet also wants that they should get rid of the old customs and conventions. They should march on the road of progress and prosperity. Tagore actually draws an ideal picture of free India in a sort of prayer. Actually, it was a Bengali poem, and it was named Pratana. Pratana. The poet prays to God to awaken his country into a dawn of freedom. In India, he wishes that people should be fearless, they should be proud of their motherland when they are free, and there should be education should be free. Without it should not be the only the possession of the rich, but it should reach to everyone, whether he is a rich or a poor. And there should be no distinction on the basis of caste or religion. And he also wishes that they should follow reason. They should not give up to the old those customs. They should be guided by God. Now, going to the poem, we see that there are some beautiful lines in the first sentence. I will read it for you. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words come from the depth of truth, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection, where clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit. So this is the first stanza, and we see that this is a very short poem. And in the second stanza, we see where the mind is led forward by thee into ever-widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom, my father, let my country awake. Now we will see this poem line by line. The first line of the poem, it the opening this line, he says that where the mind is without fear. In the first sentence, we have seen so many new words, as I will see some new words for you, some word notes. We have got fragments, which simply means pieces. We have got striving, means trying, stretch, which simply means to extend, or we have got reason, which means logic, or we can say knowledge, and we have got dreary. It is simply, it means dull. Now, in the first line, we see in the very first line where the mind is without fear. Where the mind is without fear, we see in this first line, the poet actually wishes that the countrymen, the people living in free India, they should be fearless. They should be fearless. There should be no fear. And we see as one of the nice educationists says that fear, this is education. It is antidote to every fear. So it means that where there is fear, you can't be educated. You can't have good knowledge. So when there is no fear, you will be educated. And education, we see that it is the launching pad for all other these progress or achievements. So we see that in the first line, the poet says where the mind is without fear, and in the next say he says that we see, as we have seen this, where the mind is without fear. Now, and the head is held high. We see the head held high means that people should live with dignity. Everyone should be respected. There should be self-respected. No one should feel low. No one should feel that I am nothing. I'm of no use. So in the next line we see it says that where knowledge is free. We can analyze this line in two meanings. Number one is that education, as I have already told it in this introduction session, that education should not be only the possession of the rich. That we see that in old India, in classical India, times before independence, we see that education, it was just reached to the elite classes or those rich, and the common man, it was deprived from this goodness. So Tagore wishes that education should be free. Every person, every Indian, he should attain knowledge. And another context we can see that he wishes that, as we see here, he wishes that education, it should not be only theoretical, on theoretical basis, or people should not be just bookworms. We should now use a pragmatic approach. Now, next two lines, these are very important. Where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls. We see that, as in the previous line, it says that education should not be the monopoly of the rich. And now it also says that all should be able to acquire knowledge, and his countrymen should not be narrow minded. There should not be any narrow mindedness. And he says, which this narrow-mindedness which not only creates divisions among them but weakens the whole country. So he wishes that there should be unity among the whole country. The people, he wishes that they should be truthful. In the next line, where words come from the depth of truth, he wishes that the people should be truthful from the core of their heart. As we see, he says that there should be depth of truth. That means they should love truth. They should love truthfulness from the core of their heart. From the core of their heart. So he says that it should be from the core of heart. Now, means not for mean things, they should not adopt those false or things. Or in the next line he says, why tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection. We see that they should continue making endless efforts, and people, they should not rest. As we see that to rest is to rust. And he wishes that his country, it should progress, attain this development, and for this people should make endless efforts to attain perfection in every field of the life. So we see that he has used the word perfection. As we see that there can't be any time we can't attain perfection. So here the poet Rabindranath Tagore wishes that people should continue their efforts. They should continue their efforts, and they should never stop, as he has used this word perfection. Now, in the next line, where the clear stream of reason, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of that habit. So he wishes that people, they should be guided by reason. They should be guided by reason, and which would rid them of the old habits which were based on superstitions or which were illogical. So he wishes that there should be reason, or we can say reason, which means logic. So he wishes that people should be equipped with knowledge, and they should not adhere to the old customers, blind customers. And now in the next line, where the mind is led forward by thee. Now in the second sentence, he wishes, where the mind is led forward by thee, he seeks that our thinking, our thoughts, it should be led by thee. Means whatever is said in the first sentence, there should be knowledge, there should be freedom, there should be reason, there should be logic. So he wishes, where the mind is led by thee. Now in the next line he says, in that he says that, I will make it clear to you, into every widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom. So he wishes that the countrymen, they should be they should be led into the ever widening thought. Ever widening, that means their horizon of thought, it should always expand. It should not be converging, it should be in a diverging this direction. That means it should expand with the passage of time. People should continue to think, and they should be the man of action. They should use that knowledge for action, and not just mere thoughts, into that heaven of freedom. Now he wishes into that heaven of freedom. My father, let my country awake. Let my country awake. So he wishes that I want such a country. I want such a country where I want to wake, I want to live in such a country where I will see these all things. Or we can sum up it where their people are fearless, they are proud of their motherland, where education is free, where there is no distinction on the basis of caste, creed, or religion, where people are truthful, where people they put their self efforts, they follow reason, and not those just blind customers. And the most important thing, he wishes for a divinely devised system, means he wishes that people should be guided by God. Now, if we will go back to the poem, we will see that there are so many what we call expressions from the poet, expressions from the poet, and now we see that what those expressions suggest. I will just zoom it out for you. In the first line, we see where the head is held high, where the head is held high, or we will see where the head is held high. I will underline it for you. It means the poet suggests that people should live with dignity and self respect. Now, the next expression from the poet is the world has not been broken up into fragments, where the world has not been broken up into fragments. Now, the poet wishes that the human society is not divided into groups. Actually, he seeks unity. He seeks unity. Where now the next is where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection. We see that he wishes people should make continuous efforts to achieve perfection in all walks of life. So, this is the expression from the poet, and now we can analyze what he suggests or what he wishes. Now, there is another suggestion. The clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habits. Now, it actually wishes that conservatism, which may make people unprogressive and directionless, as in a fearful desert, does not destroy this reason. So he wishes they should be directed, they should be guided. What I said earlier, a divinely devised system. Now the next is the mind is led forward by thee into ever widening thoughts and action. The action and the thoughts are people, of people, they are guided by God. They are guided by God. So this was something about this poem. Hope that you will enjoy this video, and you will it will you will try to make maximum out of it. Inshallah, we will continue to give more videos regarding this subject. And with this, I end my lecture. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.